Hello guys, welcome me Beyond Astro K. And I know it's been a long time. Yeah, it's life has changed now. But I want to talk to you today, guys, after it's been so long, about the solar eclipse that's happening in Aquarius. Okay. And also it's a very powerful time. This week is very powerful because we've got the solar eclipse tomorrow, the 17th. We also have the Chinese New Year of the horse, fire horse. And after then on Friday, we have the Saturn Neptune conjunction, guys, happening in Aries. So it's a very karmatic transformation week this week, okay? And I've got videos on the Saturn Neptune conjunction, the history and what's happened, what I feel could happen now, in the link below. I've also got, Saturn in Aries as well. We're in a brand new time, guys. Never seen anything like this, especially with the Saturn Neptune. Another thing I want to say before I talk about the planet conversations with this is that not only are we in a brand new number 1 year, for the UK it was a personal number year 3 in 19 I'm talking, yeah, it was. Okay, let me go back. In 1990, when the Saturn Neptune conjunction was playing out, we was in a brand new number 1 year universally. For the UK, it was a personal number 3. And also the nodes were moving out of Pisces. The North Node moved into Aquarius. Jupiter was in Cancer. Okay, that was 36 years ago. 36 years later, and also Saturn Neptune was in Capricorn, Cardinal. 36 years later, and also, yeah, Saturn was in Capricorn then as well. 36 years later, we are Saturn Neptune in Aries, the beginning. Okay, the beginning. 0 degrees, but regardless, it's 0 degrees. It's a beginning. It's cardinal. We have the solar eclipse going into Aquarius. The North Node is going into Aquarius before it was in Aquarius. Jupiter's in Cancer. The UK has a number 3 personal year. Uranus last time was in Capricorn. Uranus is in Taurus. Pluto was in a fixed sign, Aquarius. It was in Scorpio. It's now in another fixed sign, Aquarius. So I leave you guys with that, because like I said before, the planets never lie. They never lie. And also, 36 years ago, it was the year of the horse. It was metal horse, I believe. We are now going into the year of the horse, but it's fire horse. So when I saw all that, I thought, oh my God. I don't think the themes, I believe that the themes are closing from 36 years ago. We're in a brand new time because of the Saturn Neptune in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the pioneering first sign of the zodiac. So we are beginning a brand new cycle that started off in 1989, 1990. So it's a massive time, guys. So I would say to the fixed and the cardinal signs, look back 36 years ago, because a lot of these themes played out then. A lot of the themes played out then, and it continued, and it's finishing this week. Especially those the fixed and the cardinal. Now we're in a brand new beginning, a 36-year cycle. It's going to be, a lot of us are older, and I will say, because guys know me, I specialize more in generational astrology. This energy, it will benefit more the Pluto in Sagittarius and Libra. And the reason why I say it is because they're air and fire. And the Saturn Neptune is in fire. Even though it opposes Pluto Libra, it will still trine them because of the Neptune in Aries. So they're getting two trines from their Pluto with Pluto in Aquarius, and one from their Neptune from the Neptune in Sagittarius, 2-5. The Pluto and Sagittarius are getting sextiled, are getting trined as well as sextiled. So this is going to be a long journey for these two generations to transform what happened 36 years ago, even though a lot of them were early 20s, teenagers, and the Pluto Saggies, some of them weren't even born when it happened, but a lot of them were born in the late mid-90s. So they're going to be heralding a brand new change. Something that happened in 1990 is now ending this week. Okay, so yes, so before I talk about what's happened, let's talk about the aspects for this. So the moon is in the 10th house. A lot of 10th house energy with this, guys. A lot of 10th house. So it's very like sort of like Capricorn. But the 10th house has the 10th house. The rising sign for this is Cancer. Yeah, so Cancer energy, Cancer signs will feel this a lot. But the rising sign's Aquarius. Okay. The moon, it conjuncts the Sun, Venus, Mars, it squares Uranus, it trines Ascendant, it sexts, and it conjuncts the MC. So what we're going to see with this one is that it's going to be a massive time. It's 28 degrees, so it will affect all the late degree cardinal signs. Who are born like 28 to 30 degrees, basically, like late degree. It will also affect, to a point, the mutable signs, especially like Pisces, you know, yeah, all the mutable signs to an extent, but it's going to affect the fixed signs the most. So when I looked at this chart, and also when I look at where Uranus is, guys, Uranus is in Taurus in the 12th house. So what we can see with this is that because it has so much conjunctions, there's going to be obviously themes about love and career and our drive and energy and, you know, our physical fitness as well. And there's going to be it's like very much like an alignment time. I feel a lot of us are going to be having a bit more courage, a bit more energy. Yes, there's going to be some like push and pull about where we're going, where our desires are. You know, some of us may want to, like, you know, change up something in our lives, and we're going to find it like, oh, I want to change it, but I can't. I feel quite stuck. I need to think about before I change it, but I still want to do it. But it does, because of the conjunction to Venus, which Tauruses and Libra are going to feel, there's like, it softens it. It brings a bit of a charm to it. It brings a bit of a sort of like a bit of a balance, but still we want to break away, and we have to concentrate on Uranus with this because it's Uranus, you know, new moon. So there's going to be a lot of push and pull. Some of us won't feel, obviously this is we won't feel as grounded, but we're going to be trying to maintain that type of groundedness. There's going to be a lot more of us being a bit more pleasant. We're trying to be pleasant to each other, but still we know that change has to come. We want to change. Some of us want freedom. We also want, because it's quite restless, but the restlessness is deeper. It's hidden, but sometimes whatever's hidden also does come to light, guys. But yeah, the fact that it's got so much conjunctions makes it intense and powerful. It makes it a bit more fixed, more stuck. So a lot of us might be digging our heels. The fact that the rising sign is Cancer to this is like positioning ourselves as like the mother or the father, but underneath it all, there's so much going on. We will not know whether we're coming or going. I wouldn't say this is a bad or good one. I say it's in between. It's very unpredictable because a lot of it is underneath. When we come to the cards, guys, the cards that came out was the 5 of Pentacles, sorry, the 5 of Cups, the Temperance, and the 3 of Pentacles. So what these cards are showing me for this solar eclipse is that, yes, we're going to be trying to move forward. It's not about looking back. Even if we do look back, that is only because of something that is still coming up that we need to deal with. There's a positivity to this solar eclipse, guys, but it's not always going to be seen. A lot of us are going to be trying to move forward, but there is still lingering feelings and thoughts that are bringing us back. But I think if we work with it, miracles can definitely happen. There can be loads of because you know, especially I'm just looking at the Three of Cups a lot. It's very much about collaboration. So I do see a lot of like groups and organizations coming together under the solar eclipse. I can see it like beginning of a new theme of like this independence, especially because Saturn is in Aries. It could be like a beginning of a new independence of like social media, or because I'm gonna look at the aspects to Saturn with this. It does sextile Pluto, which is actually a good thing. And what this can bring is, you know, a lot of us been talking about this going to happen. I think that the Saturn influence can actually help with this. And I see that a lot of us, because we're going to all try and look towards the future, even though we feel a bit stuck and a bit, you know, we want to do it now. This can be like the beginning of it. This can be the beginning of some of you moving into entrepreneurship. This can be a beginning of you, you know, aligning with like new friends and organizations. This could be the beginning of you know, just coming together to align with what should be happening within the world. It could be big, it could be small, there could be like some hidden discussions going on. But the main thing is that we're trying to move forward, because a lot of us still may be within this form of like the past, grief and loss. Nothing wrong in it, but we just have to try and work through it and try to move forward. It's not easy though, you know. This full moon, new moon, is very much karmatic. These cards are showing me it's a very karmatic time. Don't be surprised if you see like people from your past come in. And I believe it could be from 36 years ago for some of us. It could be from, one thing I will say, look back 36 years ago, 1990. Look back in 1999 when the nodes were in Leo, North Node Leo. Look back in 2009 when the North Node was in Aquarius. Look back in 2017 when the nodes were in Leo and Aquarius, because these themes are going to be coming up. And like I said, the fact that all of the things I was talking about in the beginning of the new university, the number 1 year, yeah, from 1990, what's happening now. The UK is number 3, personal number. The nodes in Aquarius. The Jupiter was in Cancer then. And, you know, the fixed Pluto. I feel that a lot of it's going to be playing out for a lot of people. And it's going to be a closing of a cycle. Like, especially with the 5 of Cups. It's showing that there's going to be a close of a cycle. You'll be looking back because people will be coming back. But it's not necessarily that they're going to stay. It could be a case of them saying, sorry, you apologizing. Something is closing from 36 years ago for all of us. But it's going to be more intense for others, more than others. Okay? So yeah, like I said, it's very karmatic. North nodes eclipses are very karmatic. But also see what happens as well, because you just never know. Okay? So guys, that was my solar eclipse in Aquarius for the general collective. Now let's get to the signs. So I'm going to do this very different, this solar eclipse. I'm going to do it for the fixed signs. Then I'll do it for the fixed signs, the cardinal, and then the mutable. So this is for the fixed signs. So this is, Aquarius. Yes, it's Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So this solar eclipse is going to herald in, of course, like a massive change for all of you, because this is going to square, it's going to oppose. And what I see for this You know, let's talk about Aquarius first. For you, Aquarius, this is a very powerful time for you to be, you know, looking back, for all of you anyway, but for looking back what happened like 8 years ago, or even 18 years ago. There was a lot that happened, and it was on a general sphere, whether it's your physical body, your relationships, your, you know, things to do with like family. A lot was going on, and with this, it's conjuncting a lot of, you know, your sun, your Venus, your Mars. It does square Uranus, which is in your fourth house. So for you, Aquarius, there's just like a lot of things that this is a solar eclipse. This is the brand new beginning for you to do things that, you know, not only do you want to do, but to make you happy, but also to like set a new precedent for yourself. And yes, this is to do with your relationships, to do with your job, it's to do with, you know, your physical self. So you can see a lot of Aquarians changing right now. The fact that Pluto is in your sign as well is going to make it even more powerful. For the other fixed signs, I see, like, you know, for Taurus, I can see a lot of you changing like your career, your job. There can be like a status changing. And you know, the fact that, you know, this is a square to Uranus in your sign. This is the last act for you. Really see what you would like for your future, Taurus. Yes, it does square you, but what do you want to see? What do you want? What type of job do you want? What type of career do you want? Some of you may decide you want to get married, or you want to not get married. There's going to be like some pivotal changes that's going to be happening now, Taurus, and some of it may shock you. Some of you are actually waiting for. And yeah, don't be surprised with some of the changes that happen, Taurus. Whether you initiate it or not. For Scorpio, you know, the fact that Pluto also is squaring you lot, it's, yes, it can be quite a frustrating time, but there's energies that surrounding your home, your lineage. A lot of these themes could be definitely to do with the past. This can come up, this can show a lot of you where, you know, some things need to change. You need to begin. Some of you want to move. Some of you want to redecorate. Some of you may also be having a family, or wanting a family. Some of you may want to live somewhere more quieter or even noisier. This could be a thing. There's loads of conjunctions, because you're traditionally ruled by Mars. So there's loads of like conjunctions happening with Sun, Venus, and Mars, and a square to Uranus as well. So a lot of this is going to be very intense. Some of you could also feel that it might be a frustrating time because things are not moving faster. Things sort of like move in cycles. But you know, I feel that it's because a lot of this is to do with like home in the past. Don't be surprised also if you see a lot of people from your past coming back. For Leos, this is going to be in your 10th house. No, not your 10th, sorry, your 7th. So there's going to be some sort of karmatic themes when it comes to your relationships, your career, you know, contracts, business contracts, all those types of things. I feel a lot of you are like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just get on with it. Let's keep this moving. If you are in like a long-term relationship, there could be changes there. If you are not in a relationship, you may be seeking someone that basically aligns with you. And, you know, you're going to, I feel a lot of you are going to be energized to start something new, start something fresh within your business or personal relationships. There could be a lot of contracts going to be signed. There could be a lot of delays that could be happening. Remember, this is going to play out for the next 6 months to a year, depending, because a lot of you may be late degrees. But this is a whole new energy for like even creativity as well, Leo. This is a whole new energy and creativity for you to start something. And the 7th house is relationships in general, but it's also open enemies as well. It's people that may be working against you. So look out for that. Not everyone is your ally or your friend. But even though this opposes you, this is still like a first house for you as well. So you can make lots of gains. You can, you people, there can be people that come into your life, Leos, that they could be in your life for the next hundreds of years, for decades. And you may not even feel them in the beginning, but it's then you realize, oh, actually, this is like my person, this is my tribe. And I also see some of you Leos, like Aquarius, starting new ventures, starting new, with its businesses. I think the fact that Saturn is in Aries, is trining you, will help you, and it will sextile Aquarius. That is really helpful. But still, you can see some niggles happening. But generally for all of you guys, this is like, this is all playing out within your physical, your your job, your career, your home life, your relationships. And it's such a powerful time for all of you that you will look back on this and think, wow, I didn't know that could happen. Regardless if it squares you guys, regardless if it opposes you, you guys are all in the hot seat. And I think this is so much more powerful for all of you because Pluto is in Aquarius and it's conjuncting, trining, opposing, all of that. So this is going to even be more powerful. And also, guys, even look back to what happened 7 years ago when Pluto was in Capricorn. Some of you, it may have been more harsher, but now that it's in Aquarius, it's more intense. Another thing I want to say is that don't be surprised if any of you guys see people from your past. They could be from 7 years ago. They could be from 18 years ago as well. So we're going back to the 90s. We're going back to 1999. We're going back from 2018, which was like 7 years ago, 17, 18. And then we're also going back to 1999 to 2000. So don't be surprised. And I think that a lot of it could be like the Gen X I'm talking to, but also it doesn't matter actually, but it's a mixture of like Gen X, millennial, but I feel that anything that happened in like, and also I'm not going to forget, we can even also go back to 36 years ago when the North Node was in Aquarius. I don't know how I forgot that. I said it in the beginning. Yeah, look back what happened 36 years ago when the nodes were when North Node was in Aquarius and Leo. Look back what happened 7 years later when it was in the North Node was in Leo. They look back what happened 18 years later when the nodes were in Leo. North Node was in Leo. Then look back what happened in 2009 when the North Node went into Aquarius again. And look back what happened in 2017 when it was in North Node was in Leo. So there's a lot of, and I would say for all of you guys, there's a cycle that's closing from 1990 till now. There's a cycle that's closing. I work in cycles, but yes, look back from 1990. That was when the nodes in our lifetime, and obviously it's just the older generation, that's fine, but like some of you who are born like in the 70s or 80s, look back what happened from 1990, because the reason why I say that, and I said in the beginning, is because in 1990, not only was we in the universal number 1 year, the nodes left Pisces and it went into Aquarius, and also we was in the horse year. Okay, so the cycle that started, I would say, from 1990 is closing now. Some of you may be too young to remember. Some of you may be like my age, or if not older. But yeah, that's my feeling. That's You know, the cycle is now closing now. So that's one reason why I said don't be surprised if you started seeing people from 36 years ago till now from your past. It doesn't mean they're going to come in your life. It just means that there's some people may stay, but some people may leave, or to apologize, or to say they're sorry, or you may even say you're sorry. This is a very powerful karmatic time for all you fixed signs. Okay. Then let's go to the cardinal, which is Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn. So this is a like Libra. Let's go for Libra first. Libra, this is gonna like trine you, and this is gonna be like in your ninth house. This is gonna be, again, I say a powerful time for everyone because it is. It's just gonna be a time for you to, you know, I feel that a lot of you may see that gate opening to study, you know, do some higher learning and studying, because it conjunct Venus, which you're ruled by. Some of you who are single, you could meet someone from a different culture or creed. You could meet someone that is very different to you, or you could meet someone that may not be typically aesthetic pleasing, but you feel them, you know, or this may be a time where a lot of you may be connecting more with like your partner that you have as well. There's a lot of drive and energy for you guys to be, whether it's learning about yourself, learning about someone else, traveling as well. Some of you may be lucky to travel. Some of you Librans were not really into that whole traveling life. It might be a time where it might be like, actually, I wouldn't mind going there. Your mind may be more open now, and it might be your mind. Some of you may even get quite unconventional in your thoughts and thinking. Not issues, but there could be themes to do with like race, religion, and culture. It could be you starting it. It could be you heralding like a new change, that you may be very active on social media and talking a lot about these themes. Or some of you may be, you know, wanting to connect with people from different creeds and cultures too. Because some of you Librans are, you know, you go, Saturn's in Aries, it's opposing you. This is a great time for you to be, if you feel to, like reading about, you know, not higher learning, but like reading about things to do with like spirituality, things to ground you, because this one can make a lot of you feel very airy. When we go to Aries now, okay, you know, Saturn's in your sign. Saturn's in your sign. It's good. This is gonna sextile you, and it's actually gonna be good for you. This is in your 11th house, so there could be lots of gains, friendships. Again, I feel a lot of you are going to be very sort of like driven to, because it conjuncts Mars, which you're ruled by. If like your friendship zone was very not there or stagnated, I feel some of you could just like, actually, I want to, you know, I want to be around certain people that are different, you know. Saturn's making a lot of you very ambitious. It's making a lot of you very, okay, let's do this. But you have to look at who you're surrounding yourself with, who you need to be around with. Again, it's going to be very karmatic for everyone. And even more so for you, Capricorn. Some of you also could see like your finances changing as well. Like your financial system, your financial status. You know, some of you may even get more stingy, but you can see it revolutionized under this. You know, bearing in mind Pluto's in, we have to follow where Uranus is happening as well. And it's going to, Uranus is in your 5th house. And Uranus being in your 5th is going to be showing you, you know, how you're going to be when it comes to like your finances. Like some of you may decide that you want to actually invest in a project, in a creative project for the long term. And this project, even though it's creative, it might just be something forward thinking, or it might be something you've never even done before. It could be to do with your kids. So you might be paying for your kids to go like drama class, or them going to a singing class, for instance, or even you yourself. But yeah, you could be investing in something that is very different and very unique. But you know, try not to rush to do this. You're a very cautious sign, but try not to rush, because you will also see, okay, is this just for now or is it the long term? Even if it's for your kids, is to think about, is this for now or is it long term? How will this benefit them in the long term, or how would it benefit me in the long term as well? Yeah, so it's a open time for a lot of you Capricorns. For Cancer, this is in your 8th house. So like Capricorns, a lot of you could see like there's changes that's happening with your finances. This is to do with money owed to you, money you owe, money from the government. This is death, this is rebirth. All these themes could definitely be coming up. This is a transformation time. There could be pregnancies happening, because you know we're talking about the conception stage, or there could be you like deciding to go counseling because you want to transform yourself. You're tired of having these mood swings, um, you know. And also I feel with some of you Cancers, a bit like Capricorn as well, and Capricorn, listen to this if you can. Some of you may even, one thing I was going to say as well, Capricorn, sorry, is that you and Cancer really look back what happened 36 years ago, because this is when the North Node was in Aquarius, but the Saturn-Neptune conjunction also was in the sign of Capricorn in 1990. It went in 1989, but it played out in 1990. And not only did we have a #1 universal year, for the UK it was a 3 number, but we had a Saturn-Neptune, and something happened then, and it's coming full circle now. It may be a release of, you know, because for you and Capricorn, for you and Cancer, this played in your 1st and 7th houses. And some of you may be young when it happened, but still it played out for 36 years. But and also Jupiter was in Cancer when this happened, okay? So like I said, I spoke about this in the beginning. When this happened, there was a change when it came to you lot physically, but also your relationships, and there was themes that was concerning money. So I think that if some of you, both of you, were in debt or accrued debt from maybe from like the 90s or the noughties, and it still happened now, that may have come to an end now. You guys, if you were big spenders, or if you were hoarders, like especially if you're big spenders, it's going to come to an end. It's like you're going to look at your finances very differently now. So like I said, with Capricorns, a lot of you might decide, you know what, I need to like invest in a project that is worthwhile. Because last time, even though these planets conjunct me, I didn't do the work. Or if I was stingy, I'm now going to invest. I'm now going to do something worthwhile. For you Cancers, it was about your relationships last time, but still now it's about you getting a bit deeper into letting go of stagnant energy and emotional energy. So this is a great time for you guys to be doing, if you want to, if you feel to do some counseling work, grounding work, spiritual work. It could be a form of meditation, yoga, something to transform you, because a lot of themes from the past can be coming up for both of you, but for more for you Cancer. And like I said, listen to what I said in the beginning, because it's likely to play out. So yes, but also with you Cancer, themes to do with money you owe or money owed to you. That could be from 36 years ago. It could be a loan, or it could have been an inheritance. Some of you may actually gain an inheritance, or beneficial for you and your family, or a debt could be written off, or you could be paying the debt, or you know, there could be themes that's to do with you finalizing, you know, it could be you like, you know, talking to lawyers about premium bonds and that type of thing. It's a very transformative time. I say to everyone to look at what happened 36 years ago, but especially you two, okay? So yeah, big time for you guys, all 4 of you. So let's go to the mutables. For those of you who don't know, the mutables are Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So let's go with you, Gemini. This is going to trine you. Hooray. Okay. It's a big year for you anyway. You know, you've got Uranus going into your sign. And this is a Uranian solar eclipse in Aquarius. So this is going to be in your 11th house. Sorry, 9th house. Yeah, this is in your 9th house. So what can I say, Geminis? You know, this is going to be a massive time for you to learn. You know, this is going to be a massive time for you to learn. This is going to be a massive time for you to do what you like need to do in order to like gain like a massive bigger awareness. A shift is happening in your conscious. This is a time where a lot of you are going to be learning about different studies. Some of you could be traveling abroad, wanting to immigrate, meeting up with new people, places, things, themes. You know, I feel that a lot of you are going to be very excited, especially because Uranus is moving into your sign. The square to Uranus, which is in your 12th house, can definitely see a lot of you thinking about moving abroad, because the 12th house is very much about, you know, moving and releasing as well. So I can actually see a lot of you, Gemini, just looking at your surroundings and thinking, you know what, something needs to change, something needs to give. You know, I'm sort of, it could be a case of I'm done with this, or it could be a case of I'm bored, or it's just like, you know, there's a whole new world out there, let me discover it. Or there's so much courses I want to do, I want to like retrain, I want to, I don't know, be a professor, I want to do something with law, I want to, you know, or it could be a case of, you know what, you know, Uranus is going in my sign, I'm going to be extremely busy, my immune system's going to be revved up, let me figure out how I can be calm. So that could be you taking up a course of meditation, doing a form of yoga, those types of things. It's going to be a busy year for you. I'm not going to lie, Aquarius. It's for like the next, for the next couple of years, the fact that you have like, you know, the Pluto in your 9th house as well is going to enhance it even deeper. It's going to, I think you're going to come out of this thinking, you know, I now know how to like rewire myself, rewire my brain. Some of you may be, you know, if you are going to be doing like any type of meditation or yoga, anything like that, it's a case of you knowing how to sort of like think before you speak, because there's things that you're going to be doing that grounds you, but it's going to be in a different way. Or I can actually see some of you doing like something different, very like original or unique, even like producing like a podcast, or bringing a book out as well that is about, I don't know, it could be to do with aliens, but it could be to do something so like weird and wacky that people just be like, oh, I need more. So it's very much an exciting time for you. For Sagittarius, this is in your 3rd house. You, Gemini, are going to benefit from this. And I think, like I said, the fact that Pluto's in your 3rd as well is going to intensify it. Sagittarius, if you've got a blog, if you've got anything to do with writing, if you want to do journalism, anything on social media, please don't waste time, do it now. Don't think, oh, maybe, please do it, because we really need your voice. I'm even thinking of like the Pluto and Sagittarius generation, because as you guys know, this is my speciality. If you've got anything to do, like even you in Gemini, if you're even thinking of doing, because the Uranus is in your 8th house, the square, and there's a lot of conjunctions happening, so it will just intensify you lot's communication. And some of you could be talking about love, like unconventional love. Some of you could be doing like a podcast or writing about unconventional love, unconventional relationships, just something really unconventional. Or you could be something taboo, i.e. like, oh, you know, when it comes to like relationships, this is how I view it. Or, you know, some of you may even want to start up a new, like a, how am I putting this? Like a new, my mind just went blank. Mummy brain. No, it could be like something that is so, again, like Gemini, weird and wacky, but different, and something future thinking, you know. And like I said, Gemini, Sagittarius, if you've got something to say, now's the time to say it. Obviously, you have to be mindful, but you know, the world we're living in now is like, is very, it's of independence. So I can see like between you and Gemini forming like an independent like journalism company, or even like starting to do it, because there's so much to do, so much to say, so much to change. I feel a lot of you want to change the world, and that is to do with your thoughts. And you're a sign that is like Pisces, that is about you very much look to the future, but you can be very reckless at the same time. But yes, dig deep, because the square to the eighth house is like you showing like a sort of like a shadow side to yourself, but also a deeper side that no one is talking about. And it could be to do with like death, rebirth. It could be to do with all that. And also what you're going to be putting out there, or even how you, and even your communication when it comes to like your friends, your siblings. There's also going to be changes within your neighborhood. Again, some of you could move. But some of these themes that you could be talking about also could be to do with like taxes as well, like inheritances. But it's just going to be so different that people just clamor to it. So if you've got something, please say it. For you, Pisces, this is in your 12th house. Okay, and Saturn has left your sign. Hooray. How do you feel? Yeah, it's of course, you're comfortable with this house. This is your you know, your natural house. The square to like Uranus, because we have to always concentrate on Uranus with this, is in your third. So again, I can see a lot of Pisceans, a bit like Sagittarius. You could be, it's like this is a brand new time to be speaking your thoughts, speaking things into existence. If you've promised, like what practices or things that you've done when Saturn was in your sign, it's like maybe trying to implement them now. So, but also speaking things into existence. I do feel some of you Pisceans are going to be continuing like your spiritual practices that you learned from when Saturn was in your sign, because we are now in a brand new cycle. Again, for all the signs, I would say look back 36 years ago, but it's not impacting you as much as it did the fixed and the cardinal. But you still can. But yes, but still, this is a beautiful time to be working on releasing any stagnant energy that you still may be holding on to, or writing down, or even writing, doing drawing. Again, like doing like a podcast, you could be talking about spiritual work, deep spirituality work. You could be, a lot of you could start to do like art and design. But again, this is going to be sort of hidden, and you might bring it out when the nodes go into Capricorn. Okay, but yeah, this is a great time to be doing it. Yes, it's an emotional time. I do feel I'm picking up, you know, be careful what you're thinking, be careful what you're saying, because it can sort of like manifest in a way. Try and manifest good things. I also see a lot of you doing like manifestation differently. Instead of you like writing like I'm grateful, you're going to be saying it differently, and it could actually happen, because you're going to believe in it. You're going to be believing in this. So yes, but I feel that a lot of you are going to be doing things very differently. When it comes to Virgo, this is in your this is in your sixth house, which is the house that you occupy. So this is going to be revolutionizing your health, wellness, your daily habits. Yes, ailments between you and Pisces, a lot of these themes can come up, little ailments can come up. So really take care of yourself, for both of you. Take care of like your nervous system, because it could be really wired up and busy. The fact that you got Uranus square in your 11th, sorry, the Uranus square in your 9th, it can actually help you like with like any like type of like downloads. if you are looking to do like a course of like higher meditation, or doing like some form of like yoga, you know, getting, I don't know, meeting like a guru. You may want to travel as well. You know, I feel that some of you will be organizing yourself a lot more because you're going to be doing something that's beneficial for you for your future. So also another thing, for instance, if you're one of those Virgos that is thinking of doing like yoga, because remember the nodes are still in you lot sign. Yeah, the nodes are still in you lot sign. But when it's a north node that happens, that's when things will definitely change. So I think that some of you may have had like, you know, issues when it comes joint issues and that within the body. So now that this solar eclipse is in your sixth, it's like, okay, you what you did before may not be working. So try something different. So it could be you seeking a new, whether it's a therapist or whether it's a new like fitness or a new personal trainer from a different creed or culture. It could be helping you refine, align your body. It could be to do with your food as well. Um, you know, these things could be coming up. But it's a very powerful time for you, Virgos, to really transform your like daily habits and routines and your job. There could be changes within your job. You may decide that you want to teach. You may decide that you no longer want to work at this place. You know, all these themes can be coming up. You may even decide that it's affecting your health in some way, your mental and physical health. You know, you may decide to become a guru. You know, these things can happen. But yeah, it's life changing for all of you mutable signs, especially for like Gemini and Sagittarius. And yeah, that is my 2 cents worth on the solar eclipse in Gemini. I mean Aquarius for all of the signs. One thing I will say also is that anything can happen, and just be prepared for it, you know, because we're in a brand new number 1 year. But I want to say thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribe. Feel free with your comments. You know, share with your friends, your neighbor, your dog, your cat. But yeah, let me know how this eclipse goes for you. But thank you guys so much. Much appreciated.